Really experienced panel on the Newshour tonight. With me in my studios in Delhi, we have Nirja Chaudhary, senior journalist, TSR Subramaniam, former cabinet secretary, Saba Naqvi is the political editor of the Outlook magazine, Kamal Farooqi is national secretary of the Samajwadi Party, Mr. R. Rajagopal is a senior journalist and columnist. Also joining this debate, representing the Congress, is senior party leader Keshava Rao. And we have Mr. T.K.S. Elangovan, Member of Parliament of the Lok Sabha and spokesperson of the DMK. So we have enough voices from the UPA side. And my first question is to BJP leader and Member of Parliament, participated in the debate today, Chandan Mitra. And I'm not saying this only to play devil's advocate, but when you're in a fight, Chandan Mitra, you fight to win. You don't fight to walk away. If you had to walk away, you should have realized if you wanted to walk away, there was no purpose in the debate at all to start with. Why did you walk away at the end of this debate today on Armsgate?
Arnab, the position is very clear. You see, the government, particularly Mr. Kamal Nath, has from day one, whenever this debate kind of became furious after the government of India reacted after 1 year of this report coming in Times Now, in other media, when they finally, after Orsi was arrested in Italy, when they finally woke away, Mr. Kamal Nath went around going and offering a JPC every 15 minutes, saying, let's have a JPC, let's have a JPC. Now, why is the government so eager to have a JPC? Because they don't want a serious investigation. They have to protect and defend certain people. And that is why we were always saying that it should be a Supreme Court monitored inquiry by the CBI. And today they spring this surprise and bring a motion without informing us, without consulting us. As a result, we didn't have enough members. As a result, there were our allies who eventually walked out with us.
No, you were caught unawares.
We're caught completely unawares. And why should we
if you
join?
would like to confess, if I may say so.
Let me also tell you, 1 minute. You see, there are 10 members from Rajya Sabha. Mr. Kamal Nath's motion mentioned 7 of them. Of the 7, 3 are from the Congress, then Samajwadi and BSP, with whom they had struck a deal. There was somebody from NCP, and they had hoped the CPM will join them. That left only 3 for NDA plus
logic
allies.
applies to 2G. Let's get the government side in. Keshav Rao, Chandan Mitra says, one reason you cannot have a JPC is because it's going to be a UPA JPC. What is the point of having a UPA JPC when the initial charges are loaded against the government itself?
Arnab, tomorrow Chandan will tell me the parliament is Congress, UPA parliament. So let us not have a parliament at all.
It will become like that.
Now let us not talk.
Mr. Keshav Rao, remember the Shankaranand JPC on Bofors.
No, I understand. Let me come to the basic. Today the BJP did raise very pertinent questions. Now they should have stuck to them, and we were answering that. Now tell me, by having JPC, have I removed the CBI inquiry? By having JPC, have I stopped the inquiry? Having the CBI, having the JPC, have I stopped any investigation, preliminary or getting the documents from Italy? The question today is, things stand where they are. Whatever Chandan Mishra wanted the parliament, raised 5 questions, the questions can be answered by the JPC. See what Chandan Mishra asked the parliament, well pertinent. The JPC can monitor that and get it from CBI.
What happened in the JPC on Bofors? What happened, Kamal Farooqi? The opposition rejected the report, boycotted JPC meetings. This is exactly going the Bofors way, one fears.
No, but how Mr. Chandan Mitra is saying that it is a UPA JP?
Because it will be dominated by UPA members.
If they are giving them the chance, it will be like this only.
What do you mean they are giving them the chance?
Definitely, if you are walking out, you are not participating in the
JPC. Are you saying that they are actually colluding with the government?
I do not know, but this is a very harsh word. But
no, I think you should be more direct about it. You are insinuating something.
It could be, because you are.
What?
Why are you giving Congress absolutely free chance?
You think the BJP actually is suspicious?
Absolutely. Otherwise,
one minute, Chandan Mitra, he's making a point against you. He's making an accusation. Let him make the accusation.
For the first time, I'm hearing that this is UPA JPC. JPC is a JPC. If you participate, that's JPC. Otherwise, you are saying right now that what the JPC will give, whatever JPC will give, it will be the collective wisdom of the
So why do
parliamentarians.
you made a charge
line is
there?
not
Don't
very
pull
clear
back.
yet, huh?
You said right now that you find the BJP boycott suspicious. Explain why.
Sir, Mr. Yashwant Sinha has been saying in so many words about Mr. Tyagi. What does it
Just
mean?
one thing you mean.
Yeah, just one thing. What
What are
does
you
it mean?
suggesting?
I do not know. Was it because when they are evading the kind of...
You are making a suggestion there.
When they are evading the whole kind
Make
of...
Make the suggestion explicit.
So
Mr. Kamal Farooqui, this is the news.
No.
We believe in explicit observations,
No,
not implicit suggestions.
I'm not there in the parliament, but I'm as an outsider, I can understand it. As an outsider, I can understand it. Why are they trying to run away from the JPC?
Well, Chandan Mitra, ball's in your court. Two questions put there. Did you hear Kamal Farooqui? He said two things to you. He says first he finds your action of moving out, walking out in parliament suspicious. He doesn't discount the possibility that you're colluding with the government while pretending to fight with them. He's also making a suggestion that perhaps it could be because the BJP also has a bit to hide. That's what he said. Dr. Mitra, that's what he said. Now that's fairly serious what he said.
Arnab, I'm having some problem with the audio, but what I could understand, reminds me of the old Hindi proverb कि डूबते को है तिनके का सहारा. डूबते को बहुत है तिनके का सहारा. Kamal Farooqui will understand what I mean. I mean, they have now, they are so desperate to take a pro-government position that right at the outset, after criticizing the government on various things, they finally go and say, fall at their feet and say, we are going along with you. Now he knows that, yes, it is true, the BJP has been demanding a JPC on many issues. But after our experience in the 2G JPC, any sensible parliamentarian of a non-Congress party knows how the Congress party derails any JPC that is formed. And they expect us to walk into that trap. They are okay. That is why their names were there. The 7 out of 10 members mentioned by Mr. Kamal Nath include SP and BSP.
You didn't know that? Were you so naive, Chandan Mitra, that for 1 month you stalled Parliament over a JPC?
No, I'll answer that.
You went on and on, all your leaders at that
I will answer that. Arnab, I will answer that.
There was no Parliament for a month.
Yes.
Did you not know then what happens inside the JPC?
Arnab,
that it could...
Let me ask Mr. Keshav Rao of the Congress that, yes, we stalled Parliament. And the government was absolutely adamant that we are not going to have a JPC. JPC serves no purpose. Then, 7 days after Parliament adjourned after the winter session, without a single hour's business being transacted, the government announced the JPC. And this time...
Mr. Chandra Mitra, either you were wrong at that time. Mr. Chandra Mitra, either you were wrong at that time or you are wrong at this time.
No.
You cannot say that
after that,
it was something else.
After that, Mr. Keshav Rao.
You are giving a cakewalk to Congress.
After that, Mr. Keshav Rao.
You are giving a cakewalk to Congress.
After that.
I am not there.
After that.
In the discussion.
After
Let the country knows what is the truth.
1 minute. After that, Mr. Farooqui, you know what the PC Chako-led JPC is doing. The Congress has now learned the game. They have said, okay, for everything let's have a JPC and let's derail the JPC. That is the whole game. And you expect us to walk into the trap?
TK Salangovan, let me get you in. TK Salangovan, I mentioned Bofors. You're backing the JPC, I presume, Mr. Salangovan, as a member of the UPA?
Yes.
You're backing the JPC?
Yes. We are backing the JPC.
If I were to tell you that JPC just achieved nothing, would you agree with me, Mr. Elangovan?
No, they were the one who demanded JPC in 2G case. When the case was even under the consideration of the Supreme Court, they wanted a JPC.
But they are saying that it's been a bad experience and they don't want to repeat the bad experience again.
Then why are they continuing in JPC? If it is a bad experience, let them ask for the dissolution of the JPC. They are going with it, they have made certain claims, they are part and parcel of the proceedings of the JPC in 2G case. Now they say that they don't want JPC in this case. I don't know why.
Why are you, forget what they are saying, why are you supporting it? In the Harshad Mehta scandal, the recommendations of the JPC were neither accepted
we supported JPC even in 2G case. We openly said that we are ready to face JPC even in 2G case when the government was not prepared.
What has JPCs achieved? No, what have JPCs achieved, Mr. Elangovan? Harshad Mehta scandal, it achieved nothing.
Yes.
Stock market scam, the report was not implemented.
Yes.
In 2G, the report has not been submitted yet. I think the JPC was formed in 2011.
Yes.
It's taking undue time. Even a simple case such as the use of pesticide residues in soft drinks, the committee found soft drinks contained pesticides. The fact of the matter is, if I look at 5 JPCs in the past,
Yes.
then all the 5 JPCs in the past, none of them achieved anything, and I want an answer from either Keshava Rao or Kamal Farooqui or from you tonight.
1 minute.
I want
10 seconds.
I will tell you,
10 seconds.
when 3 JPCs earlier JPCs have not produced any result, they wanted a 4th JPC and 2G case. They stalled one whole session of the parliament. Now they say, if you say that the JPCs
I have a question for Mr. Elangovan. You know, this JPC on 2G, in the JPC on 2G, Mr. A. Raja, who says he wants to come and depose, is not being called. He is not being allowed to defend himself. And that is the JPC Mr. Elangovan is defending. I mean, how unfair to your own party colleague. Your own party colleague is
not right. No. We want A. Raja to depose before JPC.
You are part of UPA. You are having to go along with them without looking this way or that way. Your own party member, telecom minister is not being called.
Sir, Chandan bhai.
Now you are right. I agree with you in this case that we want Raja to be called and deposed before JPC. Otherwise, the report will not be a final report.
Very simple question.
Chandan Mitra, you're getting a question from Kamal Farooqui, and then I'm opening up the debate. Yes, Kamal Farooqui is asking you a question.
You are a very seasoned politician. I just want to ask you, should this JPC be removed from the statute book at all? When you are not giving any, you are quoting so many. I can quote you some of the JPC which has given the result.
No.
I can quote you right over here.
Kamal Farooqui, I can tell you, the Congress party does not respect any institution. You wait for the NDA government to come to power in 2014 and you will see JPCs will then be demanded and then you will see how they function.
Well, gentlemen, I want to point a basic flaw in the argument I perceive of those supporting the UPA. I think your basic comparison with 2G is wrong, and I'd like to get in TSR Subramaniam first on this. Mr. Subramaniam, 2G, the mandate of the JPC was to look at policy decisions.
Exactly.
In the case of the chopper scam, the crux, the basis lies in identifying crime takers. So it's a criminal investigator's job, not a policy maker's job.
What has been done today is to convert a criminal issue into a political issue. That has been very successfully accomplished today. In the case of JPC, we had a very strong CAG report.
That's true.
I think 2 years back, I think the BJP thought it's a tremendous weapon in our hands. We can now use that weapon very successfully. Now 2 years later, that's the change that has taken place. That weapon Congress has found, UPA has found, is a blunted weapon, and therefore we are now seeing a complete volte-face. Really speaking, imagine both the Prime Minister and P.C. Chidambaram are members of the House. They know more about this matter than most other people, and they're not being called. I mean, what kind of investigation are you doing?
So what do you make of what's happened in Parliament today? Why is the government pushing for a JPC?
Let me make a point. For 2 or 3 reasons. As we have heard repeatedly today, facts are not emerged. They will take 6 to 9 months to emerge. By that time, it will be time for election. By that time, it will be time to mind up the whole situation and go away, number one. Number two, this is possibly an attempt to preempt a Supreme Court monitored inquiry. So I think 3 things have happened.
So you question the sincerity of the government in that process?
It's obvious that today, what will it do?
No, but
I mean, if the JPC meets 2 months from now, what material do they have? What do they do?
No, suppose I take that forward, Mr. Rajagopal, if I were to rebut what Mr. Subramaniam says by saying this particular JPC is saying we will submit its report in a fixed time frame. When the government of India says that there is a scam that's being discussed all over the country and we are telling the people of this country in 3 months, we will settle the JPC. Why not give it an opportunity?
Government ran away from FIR. FIR means money trail. Money trail, they want to hide that. That is why they are bringing JPC into the picture.
Correct.
If money trail was to be done, the investigation done by you is not able to be done by the government. Today in the parliament, government played a trick on the opposition and opposition failed to rise to the occasion because it sprang a surprise. But I spoke to 2-3 senior opposition leaders.
Yeah.
They say in the Business Advisory Committee, Mr. Kamal Nath did not mention this morning.
Mr. Kamal Nath said to me, and I'm placing it on record, or we get him on the phone right now and we can settle this matter. Mr. Kamal Nath said to me that this matter of a JPC was discussed. Maybe not in today's Business Advisory Committee.
Senior members of parliament from opposition parties, they said they have not been discussed in this morning.
So what are you suggesting?
Suggesting that government wanted to run away from FIR.
Yes.
FIR means, Mr. TSR Subramaniam should explain, it is letters of derogatory means money trail will be found. That is why government wants to hide himself. Not for FIR. No money trail will be found.
Keshav Rao, one sec. Keshav Rao, has a parliamentary trick been done? Is this a parliamentary trick which happened today?
Rajgopal, let me say one word. Has JPC stopped CBI from filing FIR? Number one. CBI can still go ahead and file its FIR. Number two. JPC is only a backup mechanism where it monitors, and on the other hand, it can pressurize CBI to file FIR. I have been on JPCs earlier. We can ask CBI, we can ask FIR to file. Three. Now.
They should have directly gone in for FIR.
Please, let me tell you. No,
they should have gone in for FIR.
Will you please? You asked. You see, the BJP was very right. They raised 3 issues. They wanted the inquiry to be very strict. They wanted CBI to do. Then they wanted the Supreme Court to monitor it. Now we can't ask Supreme Court. The Parliament can't ask the Supreme Court to monitor it unless the Supreme Court wants by itself.
Mr. Keshav Rao, 2 other panelists haven't spoken yet. Nirja Chaudhary raised her hand. And when you said there that you don't need a JPC, that's not going to negatively affect the CBI inquiry. The other question is, does the CBI have to be told that the whole country is debating Armsgate? Does the Central Bureau of Investigation have to be told that please file an FIR? Isn't that most elementary? Nirja Chaudhary wants to say something.
Let the JPC do it.
That is the basic question.
No, Arnab, let the JPC do it.
Let the JPC do it. Let the JPC.
No, I don't know. I think that is the basic question, the filing of the FIR, number one. Number two, I agree with him. It's not an either-or situation that you cannot have an FIR and a JPC. Yeah. But you see, Arnab, one can understand, one can guess the reasons why Congress is offering JPC. It wants to take the wind out of the sails of the BJP. It wants...
but why did the BJP allow it?
But that's the question. It wants to carry it on till elections. It wants to put the issue on the back burner. The curious stand is of the BJP.
Why?
Because, one is getting the impression that neither the Congress nor the BJP want to get to the bottom of it.
You second that,
But I have one simple point. Okay. I have a problem with the BJP stand. The upshot of the BJP stand is that JPC is now redundant.
Yeah.
Which is an expression of no confidence in the members of parliament today, their stand. And number two, by demanding that there should be a Supreme Court monitored inquiry. It's one thing for a PIL to be filed in court, which is likely to happen, and the Supreme Court to decide we are going to monitor it. It's another thing for the government or parliament, which will be a political decision, to tell the court you inquire into this issue and not that issue.
But you say that despite the experience of 2G...
It has a bearing on the independence of the judiciary.
You say that despite... you say that despite what happened in 2G, in the 2G case, the court repeatedly pulled up the CBI for its slipshod investigation.
Yeah, because there was PILs from people like Subramaniam Swamy.
So you're saying Chandan Mitra shouldn't be saying that?
Well, Chandan Mitra can file a PIL, but if Parliament directs the Supreme Court...
You're saying Chandan Mitra is undermining Parliament?
Well, Chandan Mitra is today undermining MPs, certainly an expression of no confidence in MPs, but also Supreme Court by directing...
Sabha, who is in the dock here? Is it the BJP more in the dock or the government for dodging?
Arnab, we are seeing a charade by both the parties. India has become the biggest procurer of arms in the world right now. This is about a system, and they are all putting up a charade. The Congress doesn't want to file an FIR.
Please don't count us in it.
I'm talking about the political class. The Congress doesn't want to file an FIR. The BJP doesn't want to be part of a JPC. To me, it seems like a game where there's a set match and you know, because we are talking about a BJP leader has already defended, you know, a senior BJP leader has already defended Mr. Tyagi, the former, the detailed.
The air chief, has been defended by Jaswant Singh, a former defence minister himself.
It's completely illogical that you can't have an FIR.
I think it's...
And you know, the Congress, what I want to say about the Congress here, right now they may have a little point in having, you know, said we are setting up a JPC, but they always go kicking and screaming. They did that with 2G so late, and now they're going to go kicking and screaming about the FIR.
Interesting.
They can organize an FIR, and they will have to file an FIR.
Well, interesting series of questions are coming. I see Mr. Elangovan hands go up. I think Keshav Rao has a lot to answer, and so does Chandan Mitra. Who wants to go first? Would Chandan Mitra, you know, it's not convincing, and this has been said twice today. Kamal Farooqi referred to it. Sabha is fairly direct. And I'll be now a little bit more direct. The question here is, Chandan Mitra, that you are in a terrible position because your own senior leader, a member of your party top brass, a former defence and foreign minister of India, Shri Jaswant Singh, has already in a fairly explicit manner supported the air chief against whom there is a preliminary inquiry by the CBI. This is a slippy situation for you, Chandan Mitra. And realizing that the situation is slippy, you are slipping out of Parliament.
Arnab, I did not expect this question from you, nor did I expect the kind of remarks that have been made by senior journalists like Nirja and even Sabha Naqvi.
And Sabha.
You see, firstly, Mr. Jaswant Singh may have said something on the basis of his experience. He, in his personal interactions, may think Mr. S.P. Tyagi is above board. Inquiry may eventually prove that he had nothing to do with it. But at least CBI has lodged a preliminary inquiry report, and let them even lodge an FIR. We are not interfering with the process at all. We want CBI to inquire into everybody. But let them also inquire. Let them also inquire, and this is a point I made in Parliament again and again, largely on the basis of the Times Now reports, about the role of Mr. Abhishek Verma and Ms. Anku Niasku, who were going around, you see, who are defense agents, middlemen, who have made money, who are linked to top families in the Congress party. Now, why don't they do that? We want the country to know. We want CBI.
Okay, Chandan Mitra, both Sabha and Mr. Farooqi want to respond to you. Yes.
You know, Chandan, the problem is that regardless of Jaswant Singh's intentions and his motives and whether it was a grand gesture, you know, for someone he knew, of support. But it is, I mean, this is a very serious matter. Your party is raising it. So do you not think that he made a mistake, and which would be a disaster for this particular scandal as you move along?
No, I don't understand. I'm sorry, I have lost the audio. But I don't understand this point. Mr. Jaswant Singh is the one person who said something because of his personal knowledge of Mr. Tyagi. But you look at the whole strain of speeches.
Personal knowledge you are talking about.
Speeches made today.
Personal knowledge. We would like to know what is that personal knowledge.
You can take it that today what has been said in Rajya Sabha is the BJP's official line. So let that be on record.
No, he has to come out. He is a very important person of BJP. He is defending.
Chandan,
Mr. Tyagi.
Chandan, he was the defense minister.
Yeah, he was. But I'm saying that what has been said today in the Rajya Sabha is the party's official position.
Okay,
so let us not go into who has said what. That is not really germane to the current debate.
It's a good debating point, but no. I get your point. It's a good debating point. It's not the core issue. The core issue, the greatest mystery in the Indian subcontinent today is the following. And if Keshav Rao can give me an answer to that, I would like one, please. Keshav Rao, tell me, if I am not mistaken, around 2:30 in the afternoon, on the 22nd of October 2009, the CBI registered an FIR against unknown persons and filled in the details in the charge sheet on 2nd of August 2011 in the case of 2G. Now, I want to know why you can't file an FIR against unknown persons in exactly the same manner in the case of Armsgate.
No, certainly not.
What is stopping you from doing the same thing?
Now, let me give you the legal position. Now, you can do it, an unknown person, but the moment you gets to the trial, you need to give the person concerned and give the matter. Now, but let me make it. You see, although the Jaswant is a point for me, a strong point for me to argue, but I don't want to divert the entire subject, nor confuse subject. I understand what
the FIR was filed. The FIR was filed against unknown private persons and unknown government officials on the 22nd of October 2009.
Mr. Arnab, this issue, now I'm telling you the legal position. The issue should be specific. You should be able to tell the real culpability of a person or the matter that
we know who are the real people. We know who are the real people.
Now the question it is not. No, please hear me. Let me have only 1 minute. I will not take one. Today, the preliminary inquiry that you are talking about does not give you the substantiality of any issue. What is required is, Mr. Chandramishra, there are two courses available to you. One, go to PIL, ask the Supreme Court to involve. Or, Mr. Chandramishra, join JPC in the very first meeting, ask the CBI to go and file the FIR with whatever the matter you have. That is also there.
Exactly.
Treat JPC as a backup mechanism and do it. Let us not run away from JPC. It is only a backup mechanism. It is a second fiddle available to you. And let that CBI do its job. Please see that it does its job and monitor it.
Look, Arnab, let me tell Mr. Keshav Rao that this is not a JPC. It is a CWC. It is a CWC, and therefore we don't want to be part of the CWC.
Congress Working Committee, he says.
No, that is how you have always been escaping. Chandan, I know you.
No, I'm not escaping. I'm not escaping.
This is very enigmatic of BJP.
Mr. Keshav Rao, what is the problem? Why couldn't the CBI file the FIR all this time? Why couldn't they do it? And why can't they do it even now?
No, why don't
we all know. We all know.
Why do you think he is not doing it? No. Now don't confuse.
Because
Arnab has been championing this
some people have to.
CBI will do it.
1 minute. Let me answer the question. Because they are not doing it because they have to protect, quote unquote, the family, which is mentioned in the depositions in the Italian court. I am quoting from page 41 of the charge sheet filed in the Italian court, which mentions honoring the commitment made to the family. And the Congress party obviously has to defend the family, and therefore they are not doing it. They won't do it. That is why all these diversionary tactics. Arnab, it has come out on your programs, and we all know what has been Michael Haskell's role in the whole affair. And so we know everything is very well known to the government, therefore they need to divert. That's why Mr. Kamalnath from day one keeps saying, let's have JPC, let's have JPC. He was hawking a JPC from day one.
Why not an FIR? TSR Subramaniam wants to say something here. The fact is, I want to tell our viewers what's happening. The CBI has filed a preliminary inquiry into the chopper scam, Armsgate, instead of an FIR. This is not going to allow the CBI to carry out arrests, to speed up the investigation, to gather the evidence, or to lock anyone up in jail. In other words, the principal accused, all of whom are influential and powerful and connected people, can, if they want, conceal information, hide the evidence and protect themselves. TSR Subramaniam.
It will be a very sad day if we need to have a JPC each time for an FIR to be registered with CBI. That seems to be the implication now. That the JPC, the main argument of the JPC is that they will tell the CBI to register the case. We heard the Defence Minister the other day, today, and also Kamalnath today, that how can we have an FIR, how can we investigate without facts? How can facts come without investigation? This is clearly catch-22. Very clear catch-22 is here. Now, this is the most obvious case right from February of last year, when the investigation started in Italy, and newspaper releases here from you and from media, you and Indian Express, enough material for us. Today, it is going to take 6 more months for the first letter regulatory to go from here. by the time for elections. We are now, it's a complete dead duck situation now. Now, tomorrow, assume that the JPC meets sometime in April, May. What are they going to discuss?
So you're saying you're stalling time.
What is there on the table for them to discuss? There is not a single scrap of paper for them to discuss it. Why a JPC today at this particular point of time? I don't understand.
Buying time. Keshav Rao, let's get Mr. Elangovan in. Are you not aware, Mr. Elangovan? Look at the calendar of India. Look at the political calendar of India. We are already heading towards March. In 2 days, it's March. 1 year from now, nobody's going to be talking about the JPC. You'll be into general election mode.
Yes.
You probably will have 3 JPC meetings, many disrupted parliament sessions, inactivity from the CBI for the next 6 months.
Yes.
So, why are you game with this, Mr. Elangovan? Why are you playing along with this?
No, see, the problem here is now something wrong is going on in the whole system itself. See, they want an FIR to be filed, they want CBI to investigate, they want the Supreme Court to monitor, they want an adjudicator to monitor the role of the prosecution. And
you don't want an FIR.
Prosecution is done, charge sheets are framed under the supervision of the Supreme Court, and Supreme Court will sit on as an adjudicator will sit on judgment. This is the request of these people, one thing. Secondly, I have understood that the minister have asked the CBI to probe into it, and the government is ready for a JPC. On both the counts, the government is prepared, but BJP does not want this. They want an FIR to be filed, they want CBI to investigate, they want Supreme Court to monitor and sit on judgment also.
Is that morally incorrect to ask for a FIR? Mr. Elangovan, you know enough law. You tell me, is it wrong to ask for
I know. See, an FIR is a must. Only if an FIR is registered, only they can proceed. Any investigation agency can proceed with their investigation.
No, DMK wants FIR.
Mr. Rajagopal.
That is the one.
No, that is filing of FIR.
Next day they arrested A. Raja. Here there is no FIR. They don't want to arrest congressmen. They don't want to arrest any money trail person. That is why no FIR.
You are making a big charge by saying congressman. That is your point of view. You don't
FIR for money trail, Arnab. FIR for money trail is a need of the hour, because in FIR in 2G they arrested A. Raja. The very second day they arrested A. Raja. Here there is no FIR. They don't want to arrest anyone.
No, see, an FIR is called the first information report, based on which only any investigation can start. They should have some material to start their investigation. Without any material, how can they file an FIR?
As Mr. Arun Jaitley pointed out, you can raise premises. On PE, you can't do any of that.
Without an FIR, no country will help you. You will get no assistance from Interpol. You will get no assistance from Italy. You can have as many Italian holidays as you want. Your investigators will come back empty-handed. The only option will be
then let BJP give a complaint to the CBI. They will, based on that complaint, let them file an FIR. For FIR, they need some papers.
Why? Why should a complaint have to go? You don't know the scam has happened?
Why you can prefer a complaint? Like going to a local police station and preferring a complaint,
money
you can give it.
Paid as bribe. 370 crore money was paid as bribe. You want us to complain? I mean, how abstract can you get this?
How can an investigation agency can take up a case without any paper, any material evidence? You give it,
how will you get the material?
Then fight.
So how if you don't file an FIR? No, how will you, I just don't understand the cycle. How will you, one second, Chandan, the question is very serious here. Chandan Mitra, the question is very serious. How are you going to move ahead in this case if you don't file an FIR? If you don't file an FIR, you cannot carry out searches, you cannot arrest these people, you cannot detain anyone, you cannot even enter anyone's house. So we are reaching a position of grave criticality in this matter. Yes, Neerja, you were saying.
As things stand, unless something more dramatic comes out at the Italian end, or our media unearths something more dramatic.
What more remains to be unearthed?
Which puts further pressure on the government to file the FIR that we are talking about. I don't see anything much coming out of this
You feel
case.
there's not enough evidence which is in the public domain?
That's what it points to.
Well, there is a clear mention. For example, there is a clear mention in the Finmeccanica disclosure document, clear and undeniable mention that Ralph Guido Haschke, this suspicious Swiss-Italian-American man who was the go-between, was also paid 58,000 euros to negotiate deals with the Indian Navy. The same company, Otto Melara, which is in the process of bidding for one of the big gun contracts in India, which is part of Finmeccanica direct subsidiary. That's fairly direct evidence for Mr. Antony to stand up. For Mr. Antony to stand up and say, let's have a
just for my knowledge,
detailed inquiry.
Just for my knowledge, for the last 1 year this is coming up.
That's right.
Why no PIL has been filed?
Why does a PIL have to be filed?
Because it goes to the court.
Because if the government is avoiding that FIR, why no? Mr. Chandan Mitra has not gone for PIL. Perhaps Supreme Court might have taken that decision.
Okay, Chandan Mitra, why haven't you taken it up to the PIL?
No,
if you are not serious enough, for a second time on the Newshour tonight, your intent is being questioned by the Samajwadi Party.
Why not?
Your Samajwadi Party is accusing you of playing double games.
If Mr. Kamal Faruqi is so keen that we should file a PIL, why doesn't he file a PIL? Is he not concerned about the country's money being looted? Is he not concerned as a citizen that country's money is being looted? So, and when you talk about probity in public life, Mr. Kamal Faruqi, why don't you file the PIL? We will file. We will do everything. I assure you, we will expose and unmask.
JPC. That is what the objection is. You are undermining the entire parliament.
No, we are not. We are not undermining Parliament. The JPC, Mr. Kamal Nath has been hawking this JPC for the last several days, and he's hawking it only because he wants to divert attention. He wants to divert attention. So they don't want to file the CBI to file an FIR, and I can only appeal to you. Today you saw the unity of the entire opposition. Parties which are not associated with NDA, your TDP, your BJD, ADMK, TMC, and even CPM came together. Only you and BSP, both of you came together. Both of you came together to save. You saved this whole corruption.
I want to quote Chandan Mitra.
I'm sorry, Mr. Faruqi.
Allow me to quote Chandan Mitra. Chandan Mitra, I want to quote you.
Oh yeah?
There are three Chandan Mitras. There is a Chandan Mitra right now who is on air. There's another Chandan Mitra who 1 minute back says that Kamal Nath has been hawking the JPC for the last 6 days. Then Mr. Chandan Mitra, there is a third Chandan Mitra who 20 minutes back on the Newshour said that we had no idea that this thing would come up in Parliament. I have two questions of the fourth Chandan Mitra, that which Chandan Mitra do I believe? If I were to believe the Chandan Mitra who says that he's been hawking it for the last 6 days, then I am to surmise that you knew that this is going to happen in Parliament, by which logic I am going to question you that you should have come prepared. You have the numbers in Rajya Sabha. Yeah. You admit that Kamal Nath was going to pull this one on you. You should have come prepared, Chandan Mitra.
Okay. You have a valid point. Arnab, you have a valid point.
You should have fought. Thank you, Chandan Mitra.
You have a valid point.
You can question anyone, but you cannot question.
Let me tell you. I must tell you that this is not done. This is not done when the government decides to bring about a motion of this nature. They consult the main opposition party. They always do that. They've done it all these years. But now they have become so reckless and desperate that today they did not consult. I mean, till 4 o'clock. Till 4 o'clock, they were misleading our members, saying, no, we are not bringing any JPC motion. And then they suddenly quietly say, yes, there is a JPC motion. I mean, therefore, the chicanery and the stealth with which this was done, it took everybody unaware, and even the CPM, which had first supported the idea of a JPC, turned around and walked out with us.
I take your point. I take your point. Now, my limited contention at the end is we go to the issue of the FIR. Let's have a final round from our panel here. Yes. In the case of the FIR, what happened in 2G, they named, if my information is correct, there was no individual mentioned in the 2G FIR, only allegations of wrongful loss to exchequer and gain to private companies. The material evidence and 6 names came in the 2011 charge sheet. Yes. They can do the same thing now.
The charge sheet comes later.
They can do the same thing now.
And Arnab, it is Government of India's declared policy, repeated by the Defence Minister today, no middlemen.
Yeah.
For 1 year now, the whole world knew there were middlemen, at least in this deal and 4 other deals. Yeah. What prevented the Government of India when their own declared policy is not being followed, to direct the CBI to declare, to register an FIR against persons unknown and follow it up.
Where's the story going, Rajagopal?
Government wants to hide FIRs, Arnab. They don't want money trail. That is the crux of the issue. That is why they don't want to file FIR.
Will they be compelled to file an FIR?
They will be.
I think they'll have no choice now. They will have to get an FIR filed.
Okay.
Even the BJP thing is a bit untenable.
You have gone after the BJP.
So both of them have taken untenable positions.
Can the story die? Can the story die from here, or will we only will we have to put binoculars and look at what's coming out of Milan?
Arnab Goswami, as long as you are there and an Indian Express is there, this story is not going to die down very easily.
I'm not so sure this time.
I'll give you the credit.
Thank you for the faith.
I'm not so sure this time.
Thank you for the faith. Not fighting for credit, but it's a story. We're not, it's not about
credit. There will be an FIR.
It's a story.
There will be an FIR.
It's a story.
There will be a money trail.
They will have to file
I'm not like Nirja Chaudhary, but I have full confidence. The FIR will be there. Legal system will work.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure talking to you one-on-one on Newshour.